Hello, my name is Jenae Erickson and I am reapplying to be an RA for the 2016-2017 school year. If I was chosen to return, I believe that I would bring a willing heart and spirit to my staff. Being an RA is like driving up Glendora Mountain Road. It is a windy road and you can't always see what's behind your next turn. Sometimes you have to speed up on a straightaway and sometimes you have to slow way down on a sharp turn. Just like an RA has to make adjustments for his or her staff and residents. As the year goes on, relationships climb to new levels the same way the elevation rises the further up the road you go. You are in control of the car, but yet following a road. Just as an RA has choices to make, but those choices are guided by his or her staff, RD, and residents. I think one of the most important things a returning RA can do is understand that no two experiences will be the same and really be willing to be there for the new staff in any way they may need. I think the experience of a returning RA is incredibly valuable, but must be tactfully used at appropriate times to allow for other staff members to have these unique experiences as well. I want to be an ear to listen, a resource, an encourager, and hopefully a good example of how to love residents as well as each other well. Next year's road will look different from this year's, and that's the beauty and excitement of this position. I would love to bring my willing heart as well as my ability to make sure that others feel heard and valued on a new staff as a returning RA. This past semester has been full of so many memories. Some of those memories include the areas where I feel I succeeded as an RA. I created a giving plate where each room would make or buy something for a room that had not received the plate yet and pass it off the following week. I then made dinner for whatever room had the plate each week. These dinners made the residents feel cared for as I cooked them food and loved as I welcomed them into my home. This was really the area where I felt genuine relationships were developed between myself and each room. We got to chat about our days, our passions, our desires, and just have a good time and conversation over a shared meal. One room in particular had always told me that they all have opposite schedules and never really all got to hang out as roommates. So when I was having this room over for dinner, I made sure that it was a time where all 5 of them would be able to come and spend time together. This dinner brought me so much joy as I got to not only bond with them, but I also got to witness them bond with each other. They all told me afterwards how thankful they were for the space to have a dinner together because they just don't get that opportunity in everyday life. I felt like I had made an impact on their relationship as roommates, as well as making them feel welcomed and loved by me. To this day, this memory makes me smile, and I love thinking of each dinner we shared with the different rooms and the unique atmosphere every room brought with them. This past semester has also had some hard times where I do feel like I didn't do as well in certain areas and I would like to grow in them. One of the biggest things that has been on my heart and mind is not necessarily something to do with my role with my residents, but rather with my staff. We often talk about being there for one another, and I genuinely hope that I was able to be there for them whenever they needed me. But in one area where I feel like I failed is asking them for help when I needed it. There were times in the semester when things were a little overwhelming, but it is sometimes hard for me to ask for help. But I have learned that this is an important part of being on a staff. I hope they feel comfortable enough to ask me for help if they need something, and I felt a little hypocritical for not doing the same thing. This is something I definitely want to work on this next semester, to just become more vulnerable and honest with my staff when I need them, and continuing to care for them well along with my residents. This is a special position, and it has been such a joy and honor to be a part of it. I have learned so much, but I know there is so much more I can learn and grow in through another year. I would love to have the opportunity to be a returning RA and love a new group of students as well as a new staff. Thank you.